So who do we have here?
Gino Fashardi here.
Sorry?
Gino Fashardi.
Gino Fashardi and?
Patrick S. Kennedy.
So tell us your place in the history. Were you here from the start?
I was the first student in here. I opened the hall. Mr. Paget, Mr. Coleman.
So that's... So
They were the instructors.
But everybody else can leave.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right, tell them all to leave.
So why did you start 50 years ago?
Because I represented Dublin as swimming.
Yeah.
I was an international swimmer, an international water polo player.
Yeah.
And I was away in France, I got beaten up. So when I came back home, I decided I was going to learn martial arts. So I started off in Shotokan.
Yeah.
And about 9 months after that, the instructor got cancer. And Mr. Paget and Mr. Coleman, they took over the running of the club. So I went from Japanese style to Kempo.
Right. So this was the very first Kempo karate in Ireland.
Yes.
Not so much the first combat sport.
That
but
took
that's okay.
part in combat
Yeah.
competition.
So tell us, what was it like in the early days?
Tough. Tough, because in the early days, you hadn't any protection gear.
Right.
Like you hadn't got the gloves, you hadn't got the boots, you hadn't got the groin guard, you hadn't got the mouth guard. Thanks.
That's okay. So
So
basically,
you would-
you might say that the guys fighting today are pussies.
Yeah, you'd leave here black and blue.
And presumably at that time there was no great emphasis on safety like there is today either.
That was safety. Because if you left here with a bruise on you, you'd make sure the next time you come back you wouldn't get a bruise. So wherever you got the bruise, you would protect that area so it wouldn't happen again.
I have to say, like I talked to Tyke a few months ago, and he told me about this history I had no awareness of. So I mean, without getting overly controversial, I mean, what do you feel about people who started like in the 90s and 2000s talking about themselves as the OGs of martial arts in Ireland?
Everything in martial arts and everything in this society has changed through the different generations. In my I'm 71 years old. In my generation, right, it was fist fight. And then in the next generation, they start introducing knives. And the next generation, they start using the group mentality, right? And then it's just the next generation lost all respect for law and order, Garda Síochána. Yeah?
So when you were tough, you had respect.
Yeah, I would never misuse. If someone tried to abuse me, I talk them out of it, or I try and walk away. But if I was pushed, I'd have to be really and truly pushed. But I wouldn't do anything aggressive. I would just do enough to be able to turn around and go.
Yeah. But anyway, that's an interesting perspective, and it's from one of the originals. So really appreciate you talking to us.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
50 years
ago today.
50 years ago.
And listen, thanks very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, okay, another quick chat in the Coleman Combat. 50 years of American Kempo in Ireland. So who do we have here?
I'm Alan Kenny.
Alan Kenny and
I'm Rob Talbot.
Rob Talbot.
Talbot.
Rob Talbot. So, what's your claim to fame, Rob?
My claim to fame is that I'm the only black belt to come out of High Street. So that's the reality of it. So yeah, all good. So, but I've loved the years that I've spent here training with the group of friends that I've made over the years, and has been very enjoyable. So yeah.
Yeah, and some celebration here today. Wasn't it amazing to see everybody?
It was great to see everybody. It was very nostalgic and very heartwarming to see still people have time for each other, and after all the years that we've spent, and everybody's life.
Yeah. And you, sir, tell us your story.
Well, my story was that myself, Paul, and two other gentlemen, we done our black belts in 1986. Believe it or not, when I started here, basically all I wanted to do was learn the nunchucks because it was the craze with Bruce Lee and so forth. And 46 years later, I'm still here, and it's a great honour, a great privilege. As Rob has said, made great friends, and as I said, Paul, I've taught Paul and taught Twig, and as I said, Paul's a great friend. His brother's a fantastic instructor. Master Paget, like, you can't get any better than them two gentlemen that's doing Kempo.
And again, obviously with Paul and Tyke and Barney, it's a family club, but actually everybody's part of the family, aren't they?
It's most certainly a family club. You're always welcome in the door, no matter how long you're away from it. The minute you walk in the door, it's like coming home.
Yeah.
So,
And I was very struck today by the crowd. It wasn't like I've been to school reunions, and people be sitting in the corner, you know, kind of it'd be like all separate little cliques. But everybody was together here, weren't they?
Yes, most certainly. As I said, as Paul probably has said in his interview, that we all grew up as a family, so there was no animosity between anybody.
Yeah.
So as I said, it's just like greeting your brother coming in the door. And that's the way we look at it. So, you know, people are here, people who couldn't be here made apologies for not being here. You know, so it's a great thing.
Yeah, and of course, they pointed out Barney didn't make it, which is a pity.
Unfortunately, Master Coleman is sick. Master Padgett wasn't really that well, you know, but Master Padgett got here. Mr. Coleman's always here in spirit. Always will be. You
but
know.
his name's over the door.
That's the main thing. You know, he probably is haunting the place with the rent office anyway.
So I went for both of you. I started to remember about, you know, you were the originals, as I said earlier, the real OGs, the original gangsters.
Not really.
Before
I know,
me,
but what I mean is this club was the original.
We're the second generation. of
my
this.
cousin's done his black belt with Alan and Paul
There's
back in the
actually
day.
a picture of the lad up there on the wall.
So
Mr. Coleman doing a flying kick.
that's my cousin up
So
there.
that's
So
Jimmy's cousin.
that's So basically, again, that's the lineage that this club holds. It's very family orientated. It's, you know, whether it be through blood or not, it is the lineage is there, and it will
Like
continue
the
to
Americans
go on.
said, like, it's the oldest club in the world in the one building, and they're very honoured to come even over here from America, which they're full time in America. You know, so it's a great privilege to have
What I
that.
was getting at is like, you know, in certain quarters you'd swear that martial arts started in Ireland 15 years ago.
Yes,
If not, it's 50.
50, yeah, it's over 50 years now, and again, through our instructors, Mr. Mann, Padgett and Coleman, the lineage that they have spread throughout the karate community in Ireland has been phenomenal, and we're just privileged to be part of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, as Robin said, like anywhere you go, the minute you mention Master Padgett, Master Coleman, Master Mann, you're more than welcome into any club
In the world.
in the world. Yeah, we had the top man Mike Pick. We have a picture of him on the wall there, and like myself and Paul, we got these black belt shirts from them, and they allow us to teach anywhere in the world. Teach Campo, so you know it's called the Dancy board. So not many people have them.
So guys, you're still training, still working away?
We're still tipping away.
Yeah, still having a clip, you know.
You know.
As long as you can walk, as we say,
Yeah,
that's
as long
the
as we
main
can
thing,
put 2 feet on the floor, we'll always be
you know.
at it.
And that's interesting because I mean, certain disciplines like I know BJJ, you know, you can train and practice it, play it forever. You wouldn't have thought in like, you know, karate you could as well, but you can.
Yes, you can. As I said, anybody that has trained here before, the minute that you walk in that door, it's like you never left. You know, and nobody's going to turn you away. So, you know, you can't get any better of a club than that.
So now guys, it's like Christchurch is peeling the bells there for 50 years.
That's
But
it.
anyway, I know you have to head off to the pub
No, well,
or
no,
whatever.
right.
At the last,
we don't want to have any rows because
we're going to a pub and very few of us drink, so but
you know,
but
we're going to do the dome.
but
So-
now we will enjoy.
So anyway, guys, thanks very much for talking
Yeah,
to
well,
us,
you're
and
welcome. Thank you.
congratulations again.
Thank you to everybody. Thank you.
Right,